homework, kids. When I told you Tower of Power, it was 1973 when Lenny Williams was in the group. He was in the group for 1 year. They dropped an album, he released a song, and the song went platinum. And it's so very hard to go. Let's go get it. Hey, guys, check out the horns. Oh, baby, the show's going to start in a minute. Power and Lenny Williams as the lead singer. Like I said, only for a year. If you guys don't know them, I'm still a young man, baby. Hey, all these damn songs I be listening to all day. I swear to God. Thanks, Pops. My Pops raised me right. Welcome back. Welcome back to Marantz Rantz. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. We are going to talk about this stock market. If you guys are not listening or paying attention, we are absolutely headed towards a recession. It is what they call a correction. Okay, when they say you are due for a correction, we're going to show you how it's actually happening. And it's happening in the top 10 stocks, believe it or not. It's happening at the top of the market. The bottom half, just as much. It's actually burning off faster. We're going to go ahead and look at the Russell 2000. I'll show you exactly how it's down 15% over the last couple of months. And then the QQQ's down already almost 10%, if not more. And yes, another 100 points came off the market top tonight. And SPX is drowning. Guys, the truth is out. These employment numbers, you know, the Fed shutting down all these developments, I told you, but also in addition to that, all the forecasting from all of these companies that are saying we're going to do less this year. So if you're going to have a negative downturn, you're going to have a down round, guess what happens to your budgets? Your P&Ls look a little lopsided, your controllables got to get under control, and what does that mean? You might just have to start cutting, start laying off. So mass layoffs and unemployment should be rising within these next couple of quarters. The Fed is going to have a field day with this. The Fed is not going to cut rates. They're going to lock them in right where they're at. And these housing rates of 6%, 7%, with all the inventory in the world, it does not matter. Because there's two things that are going to happen here. These housing prices are too high because a qualified candidate can't get there. Debt to income ratios. Next thing is unemployment. When unemployment is rampant, I want you guys to know this, labor is free. You would think there's so much competition that you would have to buy it because what? There's a lot of people out there. You might get the right candidate. You're completely wrong. Think the other way. There's so many people out there, and you only need to pick one. So you actually get cheaper labor. This is what happens during this time frame. Now, I was reading every article, reading every headline, and I read some dumb stuff on Twitter. And you guys know that I had a battle today with Ian Carroll. I had a battle today with Peruvian Bull, and I'll rewind that and I'll run it back with you guys. But the bigger battle was when I was cruising TikTok, and I saw someone out there say, who cares about open borders, Marantz? What does this even matter about immigration? Why does it matter? What are we doing with this administration? People keep saying we're saving money. I haven't seen a single dollar hit the bottom line. And I was just like, yo, are you kidding right now? Like, the importance of borders is everything in this world. A sovereign country needs borders. And I want you to know why. Because you need to reward the people that live there. Okay, that live in this country. That's the first thing I want to tell you. The fall of the Roman Empire was the lack of borders. Let me tell you, they overexpanded. They got too big for their britches. And then people started invading. The barbarians were invading left and right. And they were taking off the western side of Rome and the eastern side of Rome. Next thing you know, Rome falls. But it's because you have open borders. Same thing happens in finance. Same thing happens in your life. If you don't believe in open borders, I'm going to tell you guys something, okay? If you guys don't believe that we should close borders or we shouldn't have these limitations and gates around everything, I'll tell you what, libs, everyone out there, I'm making it personal tonight because I saw it on TikTok, and I'm telling you, it got personal with me. Do me a favor. You don't believe in closing off the border? You don't believe in drawing lines in the sand? Okay, good. Don't lock your door at night. Don't lock your door at night, and don't fight them off when they try to rape you. Just leave it all open. I'm telling you right now, let anyone walk in and do what they want. How would you feel about that? Because that's what's happening. Are we oblivious to what's happening to this country? We're trying to put standards up here, guys. But you better lock your doors, you better arm yourself, and you better be ready for what's coming. Now, I get it. We're fighting. We're fighting with the North and the South, everyone around us. But these countries have no one to ask for anything but us. I had to read a stat about liquor. Do you know what liquor costs in Utah or in Washington where it's state regulated? They can't even have it in the same building as a normal, but it's okay. Canada put out there that they're going to, in one of their provinces, not buy liquor anymore from American companies to the tune of $1 billion. Ooh. Oh my God, $1 billion. Guys, The addressable market cap for spirits, wine, and beer in America is $170 billion. Kenny, you think your $1 billion is going to make a dent? It's not even a 0.5%. It's not even there. You're not listening. You're not listening clearly, apparently. You have been putting tariffs on Americans for so long. And for Trump to go in there, it's not a trade war. It's not a tariff war. It's just you paying your fair share. You know why? Because you get to live next to me. Because you actually get the protection of 2 oceans and a great border. We don't let people just run up in there because nobody can run up in here. That's the difference here. Why don't you say thank you and give us a hug on the way out the door since you're so damn nice? I'm with it. I love Canadians. You know that. I'm just letting you know how I stand on a policy. I was reading that multiple Mexican restaurants are going bankrupt. There was one called Tijuana Flats. I've never even heard of this. I heard of Rubio's. And then my favorite Mexican restaurant called Dickey's. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. It's a barbecue joint. Went bankrupt. You know, all these companies going bankrupt and or private like Walgreens, which, I called that one too. I'll be here when Kohl's gets bought out in private, Macy's as well. There's going to be plenty of more companies that are going to be bought out. And I saw the stock go up, and everyone's like, well, it's a fixed price. You guys can run and jump into stuff. You guys can do whatever the hell you want. I'm buying GameStop. I buy GameStop. It's a little company I go down to, and I got my $5 off today. And I was like, yeah, I'll take that. I'll take those Topps Chrome cards. By the way, I made a video, 2 videos. One, me opening all the Topps Chrome cards. So I opened up 7 packs of cards. And I did it. Oh, that's cool. It's not popular here in California, I promise you. And then we also did 20 packs. Oh, babe. And I made the video. 20 packs of 151s on Pokemon. 20 packs. You guys can be amazed. But I'm going to open up something right here in front of you guys. Let me get it. Oh, yeah. And we'll get on with the show. Don't worry. But this is from the channel. Someone went ahead and sent me some. I got to see what it is, though, okay? I don't even know who sent it. Let me see who sent it. Let me see if I know this person. It says, whoa. Whoa. Oh. No, somebody must have ordered it. Somebody must have ordered it to my mailing address because it's from GameStop. I'm like, how the hell is it from GameStop? Like, usually it's people. They must have put in my address in the shipping. But it's from GameStop, so that's cool. Let's check it out. I don't know. I'm just cutting it open right now. Hey, don't worry. You're going to like the video of the cards because I actually did the way you guys want me to. Where, like, I put the damn camera on my hands. All that. Oh, man. All right. These are for the giveaways coming up. Let's see what we got here. We've got some Mario Brothers and Luigi, Amubu. Oh, by the way, thank you for the support of the channel. I saw Funny Spider come through with 10 free memberships, and Foxter, thank you again. So that's so cool. There's one thing I can get for the kids right there. It's called the balancing game. Oh, okay. You got to spin. You got to take pieces off. That's pretty damn cool. Oh, yeah. That's going to be cool for the kids. Yeah. They're going to love it. Thank you so much. I got another box. Let's see what else I got. Oh, man. This one's heavy. Hold on, guys. My wife's trying to trick me. She put the electric bill right there on top of these boxes. She thought I was going to read it. I'm going to read that thing. All right, this one's coming from GameStop as well. All right, let's go open it. Let's see what we get from GameStop, guys. It's for the kiddos right here. We're going to be getting together. I just have some big things coming up this weekend. After this weekend, I can find some time, and my wife will run off with me. We're going to go videotape and do a giveaway. I want to go to San Diego. She said, you already went to the beach. And so then I'm just thinking, like, where I could go. I tried to go to the Grand Canyon. She said, no. She said, it's too far. Oh, my goodness. Oh, these are cute. Oh, this is cute. Hell yeah. All right, let's see what we got here, guys. First, I don't even know what this is, but somebody's going to get it. It's a Care Bear? Care Bear. Care Bear Stare. Oh, I used to watch Care Bears when I was growing up. Don't judge me. Another Care Bear. Oh, the girls are going to love these. Wow. Holy shit. Another balancing one. Okay. Wait till you see what I got in here, guys. Some Super Mario Legos. Cool. What is this? Betty Pop Chase game. Something like that. I don't even know. Harry Potter. And then Monopoly. Oh, bro, these guys went all out. I tell you, this channel's something else, guys. You guys are something else. Monopoly, Pokemon Monopoly. Holy hell, it's so cool. Somebody's going to get that. Somebody that deserves it. We'll find a kid who loves it. Thanks again to the viewers of the channel. You guys are phenomenal. I don't know what I would do without you guys. That is so cool. Okay, so Hello Kitty. Oh, the Kitty and Friends. Is that what that is? That's so cool. It really is, guys. And I appreciate you guys so much. Let's go ahead and look at some charts. Are we going to do that today? Let me see. I just want to make sure I didn't write anything down. I didn't write anything down, huh? All right. CoreWeave. Anybody ever heard of the company called CoreWeave? You should. CoreWeave is a company that's private right now. And I feel CoreWeave is the hedge to it all. Oh, you guys are going to like tonight. I forgot to tell you. I'll tell you. You know, I've been sitting here brainstorming, like as I drive. I went to work today. I cut the grass. I was picking up my son from school. Went to my dad's house real quick. I did all my rounds today. And I was like brainstorming. Because I watched a lot of Ian Carroll today, and I watched some Peruvian Bull. And then in the mod channel, Kyoto said something like, triggered me. It was like, he's like, yep, Ian Carroll's a Fed, right? That's what it came down to. As you guys know, he's on a podcast with Justin Trudeau's half-brother. And instantly, his stuff just gets blown up all over the internet, and people are just pushing algos for him. And we're like, why? I mean, he has the worst information. It's not even complete. I don't know if you guys have ever heard him talk, where he makes a comment, and he won't finish his thought. Like, he'll say something, and he just, like, stops talking and then keeps going on with this topic. I don't understand. I'll show you an example of it one day. I don't know. And I'll let you see it. But it was crazy the way I've been watching him. And I did not watch the interview with him and Jim Rome. Or Joe Rogan. Sorry. I was listening to Jim Rome this afternoon. I was listening to sports when I drive sometimes because I don't get to watch them. So I was listening. I wasn't listening to Joe Rogan. I haven't heard 1 second of that interview. But I did get a phone call from some people that were like, yo, this is the worst interview ever. Joe Rogan's carrying the whole conversation because this guy doesn't say anything. He just agrees. He's fanboying right there. And it reminded me of like what he was saying in the clips where he and I were talking, where he was like, you know, you're trying to gauge who's bigger, who's not, whose platform it is, and it's just a kiss-ass moment type deal. But you don't really bring any substance to the table. And I tell you, if Joe Rogan ever wants to talk, we're going to sit down, we're going to talk private equity. Do you hear me? We're going to sit down and we're going to talk about something where I know the ins and outs. Can I give you the example of what we're going to talk about? If you were to ever talk about Jeffrey Epstein, very sensitive subject with a lot of people. It'll get you blocked, banned, everything in the world. You guys realize that Jeffrey Epstein had this network where everyone's so fixated on the island. But I've seen it. I've seen the network, and I've seen the leverage, and I've seen the answers. I've seen why. There's like little hints of it everywhere you look, guys. I'm going to give you the examples right now. Jeffrey Epstein's best friend, his number one friend, not Maxwell, not Ghislaine Maxwell, whatever her name is. No, his best friend was Leon Black. Jeffrey Epstein and Leon Black met in the 90s. And up until about 2012 is when Leon Black started making payments to Jeffrey Epstein. And those payments were for legal advice, tax evasion advice, estate planning, and or avoiding paying taxes. Jeffrey Epstein is not a tax consultant. He is not a certified tax accountant. He is nothing. He has no paperwork whatsoever. As a matter of fact, his only college degree is a lie. He lied on his resume. He just printed one out. So when you think about Jeffrey Epstein getting paid $158 million for tax advice over 5 years, from 2012 to 2017. It's Apollo Global Management. Apollo Global Management has direct influence over Jeffrey Epstein and what he does. Or is it the other way around? Makes you wonder. But I've seen all the connections between private equity and how private equity leverages people, positions, and companies. The monster that is Wall Street. They run the show. They get to go into companies, gut them out. Short sellers make bets on this because they know what's going to happen. It's a for sure thing. Jeffrey Epstein was arrested, I believe it was 2010, for having sex with an underage girl, or sexual favors as they called it. She massaged him, a prostitute at 17. He claims she lied about her age, showed a fake ID, and he got caught up. But he did go to prison. He did get convicted of it, house arrest, and he had, probation. 2010. Finally caught in 2010. 2012 is when he started getting paid by Leon Black. But nobody tells you that in 2006, 2007, 2008, that time frame, Leon Black actually started up a family fund for one of his foundations called the Black Foundation. Do you know who was on the board of directors? Jeffrey Epstein. Do you know Jeffrey Epstein was on the board of directors for David Rockefeller's actual foundation as well? To be in charge of a lot of things, to be asked to be appointed to these boards, the biggest claim out there was that Leon Black paid off, you're going to love this, a Russian ballerina. Hold on. Am I just making this up? Are we watching the stock, or are we listening to this real truth? I might be wrong. She might be a gymnast. Hold on. Let me make sure. Let's see. Ongoing investigation of private equity billionaire Leon Black's tax planning and financial ties with Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, cool. Apollo Global Management. I was reading all this, by the way. $158 million in installments from 2012 to 2017. Cool. Not cool, actually, because we know what happened. It's rumored that he saved Leon Black $1 to $2 billion in tax evasion. Leon Black's a billionaire, and he doesn't have tax lawyers. He doesn't have like a real accounting firm looking over his stuff. He's got this womanizer, this pedophile looking at his stuff. I don't have to say allegedly either. Rest his peace, right? No, don't rest in hell, son. But I want to make sure I got this right, because I was reading something. Do you see all this shit I read all day? Maybe you guys see it, but no, hold on. Here we go. You have to let them do whatever they want. Leon Black flew a Russian model to meet Jeffrey Epstein. A Russian model. The Russian model says that he loved very young girls and once flew her from Russia to Florida to satisfy his sex needs. His best friend, Jeffrey Epstein. That's Leon Black. Maybe you know his wife, his sister, Deborah Black, married to Tony Resler, the owner of the Atlanta Hawks and Aries Capital and Drexel Burnham Lambert and Apollo. Maybe you know them. But this whole story here about flying out, you know what's the craziest part? That the blacks, they're billionaires still, 8 billion, 9 billion net worth. They paid off this young lady. They paid her $62 million just to keep quiet. Wouldn't $62 million? I mean, $158 million must be nothing. See, the story is that this is who chartered the flights. Leon Black, with his company, chartered the flights. He had his yacht. He had everything. And Leon and our boy Jeffrey Epstein here, not our boy, not at all, just Jeffrey Epstein, had access to everything. They made the girl sign an NDA. They forced her to do all these things, and that's what they did. Palm Beach, Florida. Always a nice part of town. Something to that effect, right? I mean, Epstein's having sex with young girls, and they just give him a plea deal because he's a millionaire, a billion. I mean, it's okay. But what I'm telling you is, Ian Carroll, that private equity has their fingertips on everything. So what if they're using Jeffrey Epstein for those reasons? Fingers on everything. Influence on everything. And be careful. I'll give you that date later. We're going to talk about a date. I'm pumping a date right now, and I don't care who tells me anything. Let's go look at this right here. I love this tracker somebody sent me. This is a bankruptcy tracker. And it tells you the private equity owner who owns the company that's going bankrupt. Well, I thought it was phenomenal. Look at this. All these companies going bankrupt and the date. As of 2024 to now, how many companies have gone bankrupt? All these companies. And as you see all these companies getting shut down and gone, and I'll give you some like Joanne. We know about Joanne and the fabric company that they are. Okay? And that was LGP, Leonard and Green and Partners. We know that they're part of Drexel Burnham Lambert. You have Tijuana Flats. Look at that. They're on there. Wow, I didn't even know they were on there. What do you know? You have, Red Lobster. We knew about that one. I'm just saying ones you would know. Of course, it was Container Group. Fisker Group. Who owns that? Apollo. Fisker Group, the automotive company, huh? I wonder who said that years ago. Cons Inc. Steffens Inc. went bankrupt. Cons went bankrupt. Cons. Do you guys know who's on the board of director of Cons? The one, the only, Sue Gove. Sue Gove, the CEO of Bed Bath & Beyond, that make them go bankrupt. They went bankrupt. Cons, this is cool. Lumber Liquidators, the Flooring Holdings, cool. Bankrupt. Holy shit. Chicken soup for the soul. Apollo Global Management. Killing it. Killing it with this. Franchise Group. Maybe you guys know that company. Franchise Group. Didn't we talk about them? You guys don't remember Franchise Group? There was this lawyer. Name was like David something. Same lawyer that just got hired at Bed Bath & Beyond. Party Sitter Container Group. Yeah, there we go. Silver Airways. Not bad. Not bad. I'm delighted to know where everything. TGI Fridays. All bankrupt. You know why I'm showing you all the bankrupt companies, guys? Any idea why? I'm going to tell you why I show you bankrupt companies, okay? Something about you guys should know about investing in markets, and so you can gauge how America's really running right now. I just showed you all those. Can you tell me who IPO'd this year? In the last 2 years. Tell me great companies that IPO'd. Where's the plus and the minus here? We got a couple of companies out here that are getting delisted, going bankrupt. And I'm asking, are they getting replaced? Remember I said CoreWeave? You know, CoreWeave is a tech company that invests their money into Nvidia. You see, Nvidia has this product, the chips. CoreWeave has to buy them. CoreWeave's a privately owned company, soon to go public. I pray to God you guys know what you're doing. CoreWeave is owned by private equity. If you do not understand what I'm telling you, private equity has been pumping this market to hold it up. Because they lost? Because they lost on a GameStop investment. They did. They tried to do what do we call this? A hostile takeover. It didn't work. Ryan Cohen did the hostile takeover. That's who we're with. We are with private equity in a way, but our private equity is the good guys, not the bad guys. It's not the predatory private equity. It's not the vulture capitalism. It's not the ones that has, logistics and real estate and inventory and dig you out and just curve you up and spit you out. Nope, that's not the private equity I'm talking about. I'm talking about the ones that actually want to do the right thing for investors. That's Ryan Cohen. He's a Boy Scout, a billionaire Boy Scout. They're hard to find. Here's my problem about all these companies like CoreWeave that are going to go public this year. It was just announced by Microsoft today that they are cutting out their spending with CoreWeave. Cut out a lot of their programs, no longer. Boom. Remember, CoreWeave has massive bonds. If you guys are not familiar, massive bonds, like $9 billion in bonds. Those have covenants on them. See, when you borrow money, and Larry Chang said it today on Twitter, when you borrow money and it's free and clear, you're good. When you borrow money and there's covenants, it's more expensive because you can't utilize that capital. There's prerequisites to hold it where it's at. Now the dollars that you can spend just got even that more rare and or scarce. But you're tied to the number and you're tied to the person, whoever let you borrow that money. CoreWeave is coming in with private equity riddled in it. CoreWeave invests money into ARM Holdings Group, into Abelcom. All of that gets round-tripped via Supermicro Computers and Nvidia, right back to them. But it all gets back to Nvidia. If I could pump CoreWeave, I can pump Nvidia. That's what it comes out to. There was an earnings report where Nvidia showed $2.6 billion of profit just a year and a half ago. 2.6 above, and it was above Wall Street's projections. Do you know how much money CoreWeave invested into Nvidia that quarter on mark-to-market accounting? Mark-to-market accounting, $2.6 billion. The exact amount that they were over Wall Street's projection. I can't make it up. They've pumped this number to you. Be very afraid. I will never buy CoreWeave. Never buy it, just like I'll never buy Nvidia. And for everyone out there that told me that I was wrong about Nvidia, look at me now. Look at me now. I'm saving paper. Yeah, they're down over $1 trillion in market cap. The Mag 7 is down over $4 trillion in market cap over the last couple of months. The whole market. Let's go look at it. I just don't want to shout out these stats and let you. I want you to see them. Sometimes you got to pop out and show them. Right here. Let's go look at QQQ. The NASDAQ. Top 100 companies in the world. Or in the U.S. Boom. This is what tracks it. If you guys are not familiar with Qs, this is your Q index finishing below the 200-day moving average for the first time since August, which was the carry trade. This was that day for the carry trade, if you're not familiar, in August, where they were like, you know what? Japan in hiring interest rates, we got to get our money out. They switched it up. Boom, hit the 200-day moving average. Almost happened again in 2023, but definitely happened over here. And this was 2022, 2023 timeframe. So this is when it was all falling apart. But we knew that this was supposed to be called a recession. If you would have named this a recession right here, if you would have said the name recession, you would have seen the bottom fall out. It went from 400 to 250. It should have been a recession. 400 to 250, that's over 20%. All I had to do was hit 320, and it was 20%. But now here we are, and this is what you're coming to. You're coming to people winning, beating the table, and the only way they're going to offset this is with Bitcoin. I'm telling you now, the announcement came out just about 2 hours before I started that Donald Trump is signing the executive order for a crypto strategic reserve. Whatever the hell that's supposed to mean to these people. And it's going to have 7 different types of crypto, and yes, we know Bitcoin's going to go through the roof according to everybody. I told you. It's impossible to move these numbers when everyone's just standing on them. This market is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And for it to drop from 540 all the way down to 480, 10% would be 54, and that happened. 10% happened when it hits 486 or whatever it may be. Guess what the low was? 486.20. Yeah, it definitely came down to 10%. So that's a problem for the world right there. We'll just let you know it's racing down. You've had, as we look at this, we'll look at SPX. Finished down 100 points today. Okay, SPX. It was the largest losing day this year, this calendar year, next to this day right here, which was the 4th. What is it, 2 days ago? So this day right here lost a lot. They've lost 3 out of 4 days now. 3 out of the 4 days of the week they lost. We almost lost 2% of the whole damn economy if people knew how bad this really is. You have fallen off 400 points. 400 points, guys, it's a lot. It's almost 10%. Let it keep coming down. It finished off 200-day moving average below. And the reason why it falls off is because of stuff like this. This is Costco. Announced their earnings report, came out. Great numbers. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. This economy is going to show you just how hard it is to make a buck. GameStop's trading right now at 1,013. There's 3 stocks out there that I feel are going to do a stock split eventually. This is one of them. I think Costco will do a stock split. I also think Facebook, Meta, will do a stock split. At 740, at 627, it's a little out of the reach. For people just looking at the number itself, they're like, oh my God. And then it's definitely going to be Netflix, right? Like Netflix is ridiculous on pricing. It's at 900, way too high. It has fallen off $150 a share. Netflix just falling down the ground because it's just overvalued at this point. You can't explain it other than to say, what the hell happened today, right? Just walk off a cliff. And you had the chance, but this is a downturn now. And I've seen Netflix do some crazy stuff. If you were there in 2021, like most of us, we were looking at Netflix go all the way to like 700. I remember it. And it went all the way down to 100. So I've seen Netflix fall off the face of the earth before. Look at that right there. See, I wasn't tripping. 700. So it hit 700, fell all the way down to 162. This really happened. This happened to a great company, with a $1 trillion market cap, whatever the hell they are. I don't know, like 400 billion, 300 billion. But look at it. It fell all the way to the ground. Nobody cared. Nobody called it a recession because this government and the Fed refused to look at the employment numbers the right way. You can manipulate employment numbers, guys. Just keep giving away free money to this economy. Bring in illegals, and that's fine. It'll put the percentages in your favor. And guess what? Jerome Powell never calls it a recession. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Target right now from 244 all the way down to 114. This is the life you live. And I'll be fair with you because that's the monthly chart. I'll go to the weekly. 176 all the way down to 114. Down $60 a share. $60 a share, and they have 500 million shares. It's a lot of money, guys. We're talking about $30 billion worth of market cap just gone instantly from Target. And you can't get it back because they have loss margins. Their shrink is 1%. Their total shrink is 1%. You should be pushing and striving for a 0.15 shrink, hidden shrink, however you want to do it. You're going to get shrink based off of damage, stealing product, returns, spoils, allowance, even freight, delivery might not get there. Doesn't matter. All those things might happen. You should only be about 0.15 on inventory itself. You shouldn't be losing a whole percent. They're about 85 basis points above where they should be on their actual shrink. That's Target. It's a terribly run company. The controls are just not there. I don't know what's their mandate. I don't understand it. I've tried, but I can't explain it. So that's what I see on most of the companies here. And I'm just telling you now, well, talent's for sale. Did you guys see GameStop and all the positions they have open right now? They have so many positions open that they're hiring for. And they're like infrastructure positions, like data this and everything that has to do with just tech, development on apps and development on systems. And that's great. That's great because they actually make a profit. With all that hiring, with all that, that use of capital, I think that they're going to come out way ahead this month. And this is our month. And I'm going to show you what gives it away from me. So pay attention. This is the headline right now running around the world. Analysts predict Bitcoin could blast off on March 25th with an epic rally. The weakening dollar, the rise in global liquidity as its key drivers, Trump's upcoming crypto summit might add even more fuel to the rally. Nothing is a coincidence. That is a Thursday. Do you hear me? GameStop's earnings are that weak. They can pick that crypto's going to run to the moon because you need to make it go higher so it can offset GameStop. I'm not coming off of GameStop. I think GameStop's exactly where I want to be, and that's where I'm going to be. If you guys missed the videos that I did this afternoon, I did an Ian Carroll 2.5 hour receipts video, letting everybody know the receipts that are out there. And then, of course, Peruvian Bull. This little jackass. Peruvian Bull put up a tweet, and he said, I don't even interact with this dude. Why did he block and ban me? We know why I blocked and banned him. I blocked and banned him away from me because he put out misinformation on GameStop the other night. And I choose not to have that on my timeline. Nope. And I saw all these people underneath his post. Now, Peruvian Bull has 100,000 followers. 117,000 Twitter followers. 117,000. It's an amazing number. Why don't you have more YouTube views? Why don't you have more interaction with your tweets? You got 117,000. It's crazy. Huh. Oh, it's not crazy though, Peruvian. Terrible has like 300,000. You have 116,000. Right? Ian Carroll has 1.7 million. 2 million. TikTok, 1.7. I don't know. Huh. James Janney has 1 million followers. Bill Pulte has 3.2 million. Andrew Tate has 10 million. Why? I'm just asking. Why does PP Seeds have less than everybody? Why does Marantz have less than everybody? I say PP Seeds because he actually did shows with all you guys. Like connected to the hip shows, like on stage with everybody. Those guys have millions of followers. Why? They didn't want to follow PP? Are those real followers? Are those real clicks? Real interactions? I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out how Ian Carroll got on the stage with Bill Pulte, Vivek Ramaswamy, and PP Seeds. And none of them could elevate their platforms more? Nobody got more views? I've had the guys on the show before. Do you mean to tell me 2 million people don't care about Ian Carroll and what he has to say? Because he's on my show saying it. No? Nobody? Oh, okay, cool. Maybe the numbers just don't add up. Kind of like your assessment of GameStop. Okay, got it. Cool. Just making sure. I'm just picking fights. I'm just a bully, they say. Marantz is a bully. He's a bully for the truth. Graded trading cards right here, guys. This is GameStop's website under 1,600. They have 1,588 trading cards right now. I'm guessing the number. Oh, I was close. 1,597. What a number, guys. Got a lot of Wimbies, Josh Green, whoever that scrub is, Jason Tatum, NBA champion. More Wemby. Wemby ain't selling for nothing. This guy got hurt, and he's out of here, bro. They got 40 Pokemon cards for sale. Jaden Reed, don't know him. Lamar Jackson, one of the greatest running backs in the history of the NFL. Lamar Jackson, great running back. Awesome. I don't know how he wins the damn MVP every other year. He's great. You know, running backs aren't supposed to win that award. That's all I'm saying. So, I mean, even Saquon couldn't win. He ran for 2,000-something yards. So, what do I know? I'm just a guy. All right, those are the markets. That's the update. What's you? The 25 is actually Tuesday, Marantz. But I hear you. Oh, is it a Tuesday? That's earnings. Jim, that's earnings. It's going to be 22. It's going to be that day, the 25th. It's going to be that day. I promise you. And when it is, oh, Lord. You know what it is. I hope you know. Offset me, babe. Do your thing. Do your thing. I can't wait. Thank you for all the love and support of the channel. Thank you guys so much. How you guys like my old school songs tonight? I was out there. Stephen A. Smith signed for $100 million. That's what you do when you get rid of all your buddies at the job? He said, everybody get out this office. Get out. I don't want to deal with you guys. Skip, get off the desk. Shannon, get out of here. I don't want anybody in this office. I just want to work here. Nobody else. Stock market is crashing. Let's see what Peruvian Bull has to say.
Can I tell you about private equity? Would you like to have that talk?
Not yet. Let me see.
Peruvian Bull. You want to know why I blocked you and why I don't talk to you? Here's why. Well, here's what you posted, right? Not only did you put out misleading information the other day on GameStop, but here's the truth, okay? I know what you're all about. This is you, Peruvian Bull. And yeah, you have a lot of good stats, but here we go. He currently works at a private equity fintech firm. Can I tell you about private equity? Would you like to have that talk? Because we can. And we can talk about private equity has invaded social media and taken over. Maybe you don't know, or maybe you're just a plant yourself. But I know him when I see him. And you, even Ian Carroll, or anyone else in this space, go look at Connect the Dots, and then I'll let you get back to me. Google it. Connect the Dots, Marantz Rantz. 86 parts. And I've proven what's happening with America. You're an economics major. You should know this stuff. The way private equity leverages publicly traded companies. LBO, leverage buyout. But you should already know. Want to know why I don't hang out with kids like you? Because you haven't lived this life. You were just sensationalizing the other day about Bitcoin. And how Ryan Cohen, he puts the whole $5 billion in, $4.6 billion. And then the next post was, look at this right here. Unusual Whales put in on an ETF 10% of it being GameStop shares, not 10% GameStop of their holdings is Bitcoin. Like, you didn't even understand what you posted, and yet you still posted. And you miraculously have 100,000 followers on Twitter, right? No one's jealous. I'm trying to tell you something. When you have 100,000 followers, Terrible the second, that's you might want to be responsible for what you post, i.e. do some due diligence. That's why I blocked and banned you. I don't need your bullshit on my timeline. I've interviewed the best of them. I've talked to the best of them. I've seen you in the neck of the woods the whole time. What, Cosmic had you on the show? Houston Wade wasn't enough? You want to rub elbows with everyone and get everything wrong? Show me you support GameStop. Do it for me. Show me you support GameStop. You know what would make me believe that you support GameStop? Is if you were to, I don't know, have been in this community for the last 4 years and caught one of the 3,000 videos and not ask, who is this guy? No, who are you? I ask you, where were you in the documentary when they were doing hit pieces? Why doesn't The Meltdown ever do a hit piece on you if you're so pro GameStop? You know, I know who The Meltdown does hit pieces on. Out of all the GameStop creators in the whole world, think about it for a second, Peruvian Bull. Go to Reddit and go look at the GME Meltdown, and then I want you to show me all the GameStop content creators they talk about on that subreddit. There's only one. You know why? There's only one guy really telling the truth out here. And then there's you and everyone else sensationalizing every other direction. Me, I shop at GameStop. I support the company. I support Ryan Cohen. You guys are all fakes. You? Private equity? I'll pass. Scrub.
There you go. Sorry, guys. I was saying he's a scrubber. Scrubber dub dub. I don't hang out with them. Okay, guys, listen. Love you guys. But I got to post all the videos from tonight. I have 2 more I got to post right now. So, love ya. See ya. At the rest of my night, I got to do some shit. I think I'm going to go to Ross right now with the wife. I'm going to force her out with me. But I'll see you guys soon. Love you guys. I got to buy new shoes, man. I got this new thing going on. I got something great going on for me personally. I'll share it with you guys just right now, not in full detail, but enough. Because I like to celebrate with you guys sometimes. I'm having one of the best years of my life, and it's happening right now, these first 2 months. And if the rest of this year can be just as pleasant and blissful, I should be so lucky. Everyone asks me when I walk around town, they go, "Hey, Marantz, why are you so happy all the time?" Like, well, you're never mad. I don't have a bad day. I don't have a moment where I'm upset. I know you guys probably think like I'm some raging like lunatic. I'm not. Nothing can get to me. I'm just all smiles and I'm always happy. I'm floating. I'm on cloud 9. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that I have GameStop. A lot of it has to do with the fact I have GameStop. I'm that confident in GameStop this month. I think this is our month. I think this is our moment. and one of many moments. And I think we're going to find out just how great this investment can be. This is the building blocks. These are the steps. This is that moment where Ryan said buckle in and he said brick by brick and, all the above. I think you're all going to be surprised on earnings. Surprised well beyond just the number. I think you're going to be surprised because Wall Street just might get this one right. I've seen the reported short interest, jump all the way down to 27 million shares. Let those 27 million shares be the ones that cripple this market. But it might just make you rich. It just might. Me? I'm already rich. My wife just brought me a homemade cookie with some jelly on top, and it was phenomenal. But I'm going to go live my life. And I want you guys to do the same. I love you guys. I love the show. Love all the info. Hope you guys enjoy it. I've been rock solid for about 4 years now. I'm not going to stop now. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop. All the rest of these haters, well, they got to come see me. Get at me, kids. Peace. Maybe they don't see this part. The only people who are going to watch this are the people like you guys. The ones that stay till the end. I want to show you something. It's going to be pretty cool. So this is GameStop. You guys see this is the daily chart. And our current fight is the 200-day moving average. It's this gold line, right? So as you can see, we touch it, we hit it. And I can give you a better view because since we've been going sideways for so long. So we'll touch the bottom, our support, 23.44 at the time, and then we hit it again. A candle hits, but we've been hitting our head up on this roof to make past it. Now, when we were in this window before, it was our support. We would touch it. We'd end up hitting up here at the 50-day and move back down and touch it again. We had a step down, which is fine. It's not a big deal. But here's the part that you're going to love the most, okay? When you see something like this, where we touched down here and our support was here, and then we had a huge candle the next day. Like we went all the way to 27.27 from a day where we were at $24, to go up $3 instantly. Then you had this run all the way up to what this was right here at the $29 almost, $28.97. So this is what I see happening right now with us, and I'll tell you why. Because we touched the bottom, but the RSI is still relatively low. We're in the 30s on RSI. So RSI, anything above 70 is when you're like, woo, okay, we got to sell off. Just means you had too much volume. Your relative strength index means that like maybe we were just getting too much volume, too much pressure, and it's shooting up. But for us to actually go green, right? We went green the day before, and we went green the day before that. But the RSI never moved. We didn't have enough volume to trigger anything. You're trading shares right now. The bulk of people who are getting involved in the stock, the turnover itself is less than 1%. We literally have volume under 4 million shares. 4.4 would be 1%, 4.46. So we're at 3.4. We're trading no shares whatsoever, and we're still bumping to the top of the 200-day moving average. So we're definitely going to have a breakout. We're going to have a breakout because as we go sideways through this channel here, you can try to push us down below, but this red line is an imaginary red line, okay? This red line here, this imaginary where we never know where our support truly is because our support is out in the middle of the ocean here. We never know what our support really is because we're coming from way down here at 64 cents a share, and we've been walking up this path. Now, as we walk up this wall here, everyone's buying shares. Every single one of you, beautiful, beautiful GameStop investors, literally are putting them away forever, which is cool. It helps. But as we walk up, we found out our bottom was just happened to run parallel with the previous highs, right? So the previous highs were the bottom. And that was cool. That was like, that gives you a reference, right? That gives you a point. And when you go here, and we're actually going to make a horizontal line. Your horizontal line is there, okay? And I put it red, but we'll go ahead and put it white. So you're white, you're white. The line's white, and it just so happens that it runs between to the bottom, okay, and the previous highs, right? So this is our bottom here. But if this is our bottom and our new bottoms are here at 18, and I can go like this, just so you can clear. These are our new bottoms here. We're still running up here somewhere. We're coming from the 995. That's our new bottom with the white line, right, straight across. We're coming up here, and we need to find where our support is in this triangle, because it's still a wedge. It's still a hedge. It's still going. It's still straight up and down, like if you were this Dorito of doom as we call it. But we've played out this Dorito on the weekly chart all the way up and straight across, and the bottom still carrying through. We found the bottom to be 23.44, and we found that yesterday. Is that the real bottom? I guess we're $1 ahead, So if it's not the true bottom, then we're going to have a drop off here. We'll have a drop off on Dorito. It'll come down some. This will stretch out a little more, but then you're just that much more combustible moving forward. We just don't know where the bottom is. If you wanted to give it some leeway, you could go like that, but you don't have to. You can literally move this up to that support line because it's right there. And when I show you that the weekly is one thing, right? The weekly is one thing. It needs to go sideways. It needs to cool off a little bit. But that daily chart and the monthly chart is right in the sweet spot. Monthly chart looks like it's going to break off on this top side of this wedge. But the bigger wedge, that's what we're paying attention to, this bigger wedge here. And by the way, guys, when you look at these stocks, and if you ever want to do TA on your own, please put it on logarithmic charting, not linear charts. And that's why 64 cents and $2, look at this. This movement from 64 all the way to $10 covers, 3 squares worth. But the next 3 squares will take you all the way up to 100. You just have to know this is math, right? There's these moves out here. But the original candle needs to be met by another original candle. The same size candle, this one, will be the same size that comes out of here. I'm telling you now. You guys can call me crazy, color me wrong. I'm not wrong on this. So I see it happening. I see GameStop, getting out and, kicking ass. But we got to see it happen over the next couple of weeks. But this is a monthly chart. By next year, you'll be in this red space here. Because, yes, we'll still be buying it all the way up. We know 995 is it. We know this is our true bottom right here, this red line, and that's what we're pacing year after year after year. It's just wealth. It's just price discovery, and it's just what market makers are going to have to come out and do, because everyone's going to keep carrying it all the way into the red. So it'll be great. It'll be glorious. It'll be 2026, 2027, 2028, 2029. I get it. Some of you guys are like, what do you mean? We're going to be here till 2030? Absolutely. Absolutely. It took Tesla 11 years to get what they were owed, and they went in and, they got $6,000 a share. So I'm going to keep holding. I'm going to keep letting the business do better. Let Ryan Cohen do what he does. But I'm telling you right now, this quarter, this is the start of everything. This quarter right now. And with the market crashing down, think about all the billions and billions of dollars taken off this market. I want you guys to think about it, and I want you to start naming companies. We can go to the stocks over here, and as you look at them, I don't care what company we go to, even supermicrocomputers, down 80%, right? 122 down to 37. They're literally down 80%. They're still in the S&P. Microsoft is down from 465 down to 400, 396, but they're down $70 a share, and they have 7 billion shares. So they're definitely down half a trillion dollars. Right? Meta, the same thing. For them to fall down from 740 to 627, and they have 2.5 billion shares, so they're down at least $120, $110. Yeah, they lost billions, 300 billion, 400 billion. So I look at companies like that where the top, they can't carry the whole market, guys. They just can't carry the market. You would think they could. Like, there's Alibaba once at 308. Now all the way down here, but this was COVID days. But before COVID, 2017, they were at around 200. So you're getting back to 200. It's just going to be it's going to be one of those moments. Right here, here's one that's completely gone. Intel's down 60%. How are they ever going to get it back? Palantir. Palantir's down from the peak of what was this bullshit run to 125. They're at 80. They're still going to be coming down. This stock can't stay at 80. It's just too fast of a rise. Tesla falling all the way down from 488 down to 263. But remember this time frame right here on Tesla, this was $6,000 a share. So you can imagine they're right there. They're right back at it. They had lost a whole bunch. They lost almost all of it, and then they got it all back. So Tesla's doing very good compared to where they were before. But remember, people were buying this stock over here in the 2012s, 2000 for a dollar comparison. You know, all these shares over here, the volume went up. Everything started going good for Tesla. Like, you know, people started seeing them on the roads. But look at this. Sideways from 2013 all the way to 2019. So for 6 years, they just went sideways. And it's a really psychological play. Like, it's going to hurt you. Because 6 years of it going sideways, you eventually get out, and then look what you miss. You miss this run all the way to the sky. So I won't be getting out anytime soon on GameStop. It wouldn't matter what happens. I don't care if the world comes crashing down. It's where I want to be. Some of these other ones that I'm looking at, like Nvidia, it lost everything. It lost $40 a share, and unfortunately, they have 25 billion shares, guys. So when it loses 25, that's $1 trillion. Like, you're not going to go get the trillion back because people are not swinging money your way. Amazon's no different. $40 a share at 10 billion shares. So they definitely lost $400 million. $400 billion. I apologize. So I look at all that stuff and I try to do it. Oh, I said I was going to show you this because I was looking at the ETFs that follow everything. I know XRT not delivering. Who cares? IWM right here. So IWM here on the daily. This is huge, guys. Okay, this is the Russell 2000. This is the whole world. The whole market, when I tell you. This does not include every stock in the market, but it is massive, right? They're the top 2,000 companies in the world and in our markets. And they literally go from 244 a share all the way down to 205. But it's not the number. It's not that they just lost $40 or whatever it may be. That's not it because there's no amount of shares here. This is an ETF. The problem that you have if you're trading off this index and you're trading off the CDF is that it finished below the 200-day moving average. And it has now officially shown you a drop-off of over 15%. So to go from 245, 10% would be 25, somewhere in that range. And they just lost all the way down even more than that. They're at 205. So to lose the additional $10 per share means that they understand this market's coming down. Everyone's giving you a guess on what they're going to do this year. And they have previously touched the 200-day moving average right here in 2024 on the carry trade side. Boom, carry trade day. Then right here in the new year, boom. And then they went back up. They pumped it, but now they fell through. So there's no way. It's going to be very hard. It's going to be daunting. What they're going to do is they're actually going to have a death cross. It's going to happen. So this 200-day moving average is going to be holding up while the 50-day crosses. And once it crosses, oh, boy, it's going to be a long one. It's going to be a long one because it can happen like this, where you were at 234, it crossed, and when it crossed, you went all the way down to 156 right here. And that's 2022, like I told you guys, the recession that hit. So for them to lose $80 a share on the ETF, and then you have to battle back. You go sideways, and then you get this pump. And that's the pump, and now we're at the dump site. So that represents the market. That represents the whole market. So the top 2,000 companies. So when I look at this and I go to the weekly, I want you guys to see what you're at. You might be down 20%. You might be down at 15% on the whole market. But I'll tell you what, you're still too high. You're still way above what COVID was. Before COVID, after COVID. Companies are not doing that great. For them to be way up here at 244, they're not giving a true assessment of what's happening with this economy. So we'll wait for it. We'll wait for the retraction, but you're probably looking at least $100, and I'm looking at it right now about 116, 115. It could come all the way down to. So I'm gonna let the market burn off, man. I'm gonna let people get shocked and awed and all of it, but not me. So sorry, I kept talking. I don't know. I just kept talking, so I apologize. I know I said I was gonna take off, but IWM getting hammered. Yeah, you think we're in a recession? I know we're in a recession, Michael. Like, I know we are. I hope you do too. How much are eggs? How much are potato chips? And how many unemployed people do we have? Inflation is running rampant right now. So you should feel rich. You should feel rich, Steve. We had that. We had that talk. You know, golden age of America. Yeah, it is. It is just really hard, man. It's hard because you have to do the hard thing. If you sit anyone else down a Lenny Williams rabbit hole, I'm mad about it. I'm mad about you. Oh, my pops is still here. That's cool, man. What's the name of the song you were playing? The song I was playing was called 50 Ways to Lose a Lover. It was Paul Simon. Paul Simon had some great hits back in the day. And I just, you know what? I remember watching him on HBO on a special when I was really, really young. And I said, damn, this dude sucks. And because back then, I was listening to some bullshit. But no, I've learned to love music again the way you should. You know, James Taylor's coming in concert where I live. I grew up on James Taylor, and James Taylor has the best songs ever. Unfortunate part is he's terrible politically, and it's hard for me to let go of what people do politically. Like the only one I let it get away with anything is Jackson Brown. Jackson Brown is the biggest left swinging dude I know, but I love his music, and it's a cultural thing for me. But yeah, I'm okay. What's today, guys? Thursday? Today's Thursday. I haven't figured out what type of music I want to play on Thursdays, but you guys know that I love you guys. I'm gonna look for something right now, but I like everything. I really do. So you guys might find these songs great. Some of you guys won't, but Lenny Williams. Yeah, you guys went down that train. That's a long train to go down, man. That's a scary road right there, my boy. But I thought Make Someone Happy. I thought that was a good song. I really did, and that's just the way it's been for me for a long time. All right, well, I'm gonna get up out of here. I got to try to figure out what song I want to play. I kind of know what song I want to play, but it's a dude that I like. So, and we'll see how it goes. I gotta see what I forget his name though, man. And yeah, I don't know the name of the song. I don't. This happens to me. This happens. See, I'm so old now that I forget stuff, and I gotta think of his name. And he like, boom, boom, boom. Yeah. And it's like I know the year. I know the year it came out. I know everything. I just don't know the name of it. I'm not gonna tell you guys anything. I'm gonna sit here until I get it right, cause I know the name and I just know it. And it's this dude, man. Man, hold on. I gotta sing it to myself. Nah, man, damn it. Damn it. And your boy didn't get it. Your boy didn't get it right. Because I type in a whole word and then everything comes out. What's this? Hey, Pops. Pops, if you're still there in the chat. Dad, if you're there in the chat, let me know. Let me know if you're in the chat. I need to know if you're in the chat. Because I'm going to describe him to you, Pops, if you're in the chat. He's a skinny dude with curly hair. And he's in 1975, 1976. And, man, what's his name, man? Yeah, those good songs, man. I got him. I just saw him right now. I saw him right now in a clip. There his ass is. I could see him. I could see him. Hold on. Hold on. Is my pops there? No, my dad's not around. Hold on. Let me see. Awesome that you answered Proven in Bull with my picture from Amazon. Yeah. Always hated this guy. Oh, dude, I can't stand him. Okay, I know the guy. I see him. Hold on. No. I'm going to find out right now. Watch this. I'll know the name once I see it. None of these guys are the name, bro. Oh my God. What's his damn name? There, I got it. I got it. Yes. Oh man, I'm so happy. All right, guys, enjoy 1976. You make me feel like dancing.
Hello, yeah, it's been a while. Not much. How about you? I'm not sure why I called. I guess I really just wanted to talk to you. And I was thinking maybe later on we could get together for a while. It's been such a long time and I really do miss your smile. I'm not talking about moving in, and I don't want to change your life, but there's a warm wind blowing the stars around, and I'd really love to see you tonight.